Hey everyone, good evening. Scott here. I hope you guys are having a great night. Thanks for joining. And it's been a few days. It's been a minute since I've had a live stream. It's been so crazy. This new job I'm doing has got me all over the place. But things are really starting to settle down. I've got an exciting. I'm kind of like spontaneously changing lanes on you guys real fast. But I've got a really cool video I'm going to be putting together either tomorrow and or Wednesday. This is something that again I'm going to be making you aware of it. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. But it's going to be something really cool to make you aware of. But I don't want to give too much away. So it's nice to see you guys. I know John is here. So John, to answer your question, you don't need your computer for Telegram, dude. You can download the app and then just go from there. That's going to be so much easier. And it gets us kind of off of YouTube and onto our own platform. It's totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You can interact. We can all interact with each other. So I'm really want to try to get people onto that Telegram group just because of how easy it is. It's a public group, but if you don't know where it is, you can't find it, right? So I've got the link if it's easier for me just to post the link, you can even download the Telegram app, really simple, and then you just type in Crypto Dojo, and the image that you're seeing right now, or that's on our banner, you're going to recognize me. So that's going to be what you're going to want to join. So join that Telegram group. So we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to be really trying to do some, I'm going back and forth. It's been a minute since I've done a live stream with you guys, and I've been really trying to figure out what is 5 nights a week too much. I'm going to be totally like, we're all friends here. So my focus is on, I need to know if I'm boring the shit out of you guys. Because I'm just trying to find the best way to improve on these live streams, and I'm going to need your feedback. And don't worry about hurting my feelings, yeah? So, because, I love that I've got a core few of us that come and watch, and and that's kind of, at this point, my focus is on for you guys. But again, I want to draw more attention to our channel because I hope, I believe, I feel anyway, that there's some value in it, that when you leave picking up one thing or learning one thing, and that to me is worth it. Now, I've been doing 5 nights a week, 4 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday, and it's been, the past couple weeks have been hit and miss. I apologize for that. Not as consistent as maybe I'd like to be. So things are just kind of settling down. So I don't know. Is 5 nights a week too much? Because sometimes we're just kind of BSing and shooting the breeze. Like tonight, I have a rough agenda, but I really want to make sure, I'm going to put my mic down a little bit lower so it's not echoey, and I'm giving you guys value, and then I'm not just sort of like, all right, we're just rehashing the same old stuff, because that's something I don't want to do. So feedback is the breakfast of champions. John, join the Telegram channel. If you are watching this, go to the community tab on our YouTube homepage. You're going to see, this was I kind of streamlined it, made it easier, but that's the original link. It'll take you right to our Telegram group. So, John, once you download that app, I'm on my phone most of the time too, right? So, anyway, I'm not busting chops on you, my friend, but I'm kind of busting your chops. So, I do want to do another spontaneous lane change. Don't worry, I got the turning signals on. So last night I watched an AMA with Jason Brink, and I forgot his name. I think his first name is Brad, the founder, creator of Rep. And Rep is going to be where Gala is going to have their social platform on Rep. It's going to be on the Gala chain, which is going to be really cool. That was a really good video. I mean, it wasn't totally like earth-shattering, just because I kind of reading stuff before, I kind of get an idea. It's more of decentralization. It's more of protecting privacy. It's creating a better UI, better user experience. Even though I'm not a big fan of the word user, it reminds me too much of like a drug addict. But whatever, we'll use the term. And they were talking about some of the functionality it's going to have, that you will be able to have ability to interact and do different things like treasure hunts and stuff like that. I've never experienced that, so that'll be interesting. And just a whole bunch of different things. It's kind of going to be a combination of things, of different platforms that won't sell your data. A lot of it was, how a lot of it was like 34 minutes long, and a lot of that AMA was just more of like telling us what's going on. We do have kind of a timeline of when they expect Rep to be out for Gala on the Gala chain, and they said between 90 days before the end of the year. So it's August, September, October, November. So if before the end of the year, which is kind of what I thought initially anyway, it's about 5 months. More they have more of like a 90-day plan. So excuse me. So that's kind of what's their timetable for Rep, and I was really good to hear that. I'm looking forward to being a part of that. I think it's really going to be neat, really going to be cool, and it's going to be good just for everybody, because I'm not on Facebook so much anymore. I really am not. It doesn't serve a purpose for me anymore. Even though I'm on a couple different groups there, and I have my own, but very rarely do I ever post on Facebook anymore. I just, I don't know, I don't find it very satisfying. I'm more into like, because you can live, you can live on Facebook, you can live on some of these sites, and really can take you away from the world. So, and it just, I don't know. Facebook to me, plus I don't like being tracked between Google and Mark Zuckerberg and all that stuff. I'm not interested in that. So hopefully this will be a platform that will really help change social media platforms. More decentralization, where you're safe, where your privacy is protected. That's a huge thing. And also be able to be more than just, read and write. You can interact, which is what, basically Web 2 was. Now that we're into Web 3, now we're going to get more to like a lot more interactions. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's that. And then also, just some news and some other things going on. So Consensus has created what's called a gray fuzzer, I think it's what it's called. It's basically it's in beta, or it was in beta until today. So this is basically a program that detects vulnerabilities in smart contracts. Now, we know because there was last year was over $2.8 billion of funds that were stolen. Now, I'm not talking about rug pulls, and I'm not talking about, I'm not really talking about that. It's more of like people hacking into systems, hacking into like smart contracts, and just exploiting that and just taking money and things of that nature. So tokens and that sort of thing. So Consensus has come up with this really cool platform or tool or suite of tools that identify vulnerabilities within smart contracts before they're launched. Obviously, it doesn't do much good if you've already launched a smart contract. The next thing you know, oh, guess what? This happened. So that's something that's just happening. It just is going to be more. It was more for developers in the beginning, which is kind of where it should be. If you're developing a smart contract, you're creating a smart contract, then you're going to need to have tools, and I think we're going to need to have more measures, countermeasures, if you will, to deal with scammers, people coming in. And by the way, so that 2.8 billion, that wasn't like for phishing sites, and that wasn't for rug pulls. That was just straight up hacking into the thing and taking it, right? So, and this year alone, there's over $471 million from like Web3 vulnerabilities as well. So far, the first half. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and especially now that things are starting to, get more, I think, in line with where we want them to be, and especially now that if we want crypto to be more mainstream, and jump in here if you agree or disagree, if we want crypto to have mass adoption, people are not going to want to get involved if they don't trust that what they're getting involved in is secure. It just makes sense, right? So if I want to get involved in crypto, whatever, in any capacity, then I want to make sure that I'm not going to just invest money that's going to get stolen, right? So as some of you guys may or may not already know, I actually had my Gala account hacked and blasted pretty much all of my Gala. So I don't know how it happened. We're still trying to figure it out, but you know what? There's no crying over spilled crypto, right? I was pissed off for like about an hour and a half. Then I just sucked it up and dealt with it, and like, okay, there we go. So things like that can't happen. And so we want mass adoption. We want people to come in and trust that crypto is legitimate, right? And it's being validated, but yet we're not developing the tools necessary to protect investors. We don't need the SEC for that. We need what Consensus is doing and putting together some measures in place to prevent people with malevolent intentions to come in and hack these contracts or exploit these vulnerabilities in these smart contracts. So there's that. And then, as you know, last week, we have some big Web3 game layoffs. Star Atlas is one of them. Star Atlas let go just about a majority of their staff total since towards the end of last year to now. I think they've laid off, or they've had to let go 70% of their workforce. So they are down to just 45 people in Star Atlas developing their game that has not come out yet. So there's a lot of that happening, and it's surprising. You think everything would be skyrocketing. It takes time. So, we'll just have to see what happens going further. Man, doesn't that suck, John? I mean, it's nauseating. And we were fortunate. Like, for me, mine was probably about total price. I will tell you what I had. I had about 45,000 gallons. So that was roughly close to 1,000, give or take. That's what I had. I'm not a whale. I wasn't a whale by any stretch of the imagination. It was conservative because I was diversifying my portfolio. But it still stung. That $1,000 still stung because that took money away from what if I wanted to get involved in another project. I didn't want to take any of my other, funds from anywhere else. My fiat, I could just, convert it. And you know what I mean? It took that away. So I'm starting to create a strategy to build that back. There's other projects that I want to get involved in as well. And one of which, and again, I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow. It's going to be kind of comprehensive. It may be like 15, 20 minutes, just so you know. But it's a project that I just want to make everyone aware of. So I'm excited to get that. I've been doing my research the past couple of days. So I know I haven't put a video out in a couple of weeks. I'm getting back on track, guys. As I said, being my new position that I am, it's kind of taken up a lot of my day. But I want to make sure I'm allocating one day out of the week to produce videos because I love doing that, and I want to keep that momentum going. So, what you can do if you're watching this is just, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, be part of our family, because this is where I go in and I say, if you're watching for the first time and you're just hanging back right now, this is where I say how much I appreciate each and every one of you for watching my videos and checking out our live streams. It's because of you that make this channel grow. So I appreciate you guys all. You're amazing, and just thank you. So, hit that thumbs up if you like the video so far, or like the live stream, and become a family member. Subscribe to our channel, and join Telegram. Join that Telegram group. I'm going to drive you nuts with that. But anyway, so there's all kinds of stuff happening, and so I want to talk about mass adoption for a minute with crypto. And there's safety and security is one thing. That's just one area in the crypto space that needs to get situated, I believe, before mass adoption becomes realistic. The other sections, I think, are going to be, especially when you're getting into exchanges. Now, say what you want about centralized exchanges. They're centralized, you got to do KYC, which is know your customer, yada, 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 yada. Let's take Coinbase, for example. Coinbase is probably the most popular and, dare I say, easiest centralized crypto exchange out there, certainly in the United States. It's really, really simple if you can get past the KYC stuff. Where you got to take your driver's license or your ID and you hold it up, and then you've got to do all kinds of verifications, where you live, all that kind of stuff. If you get past that, that is a really simple way to get started in crypto. It's very straightforward. Their interface is really easy. You can set up a Coinbase wallet that's separate, but you can connect them, but it doesn't affect your wallet. So simplicity is key. Now, when we have decentralized exchanges, that's where things, I think, can get a little bit dicey if you're new to crypto, or if you're interacting with dApps, or if you're interacting with anything Web3. The simpler we can make it, the less barriers that a person has to bypass to enter the space, the better. Like if you can do 1 or 2 clicks and you're in, see, that's going to make things so much easier, as opposed to, you got to do this and you got to transfer that. I mean, it's a pain. So I think for crypto to really take off, and it will, I think there has to be a simplification of points of barriers of entry. The more barriers we have, the more firewalls we have in front of, like, okay, here I am, I want to get involved in crypto, but I got to do this, 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 and this. The hell with it. It's too much. You know what I mean? So simplifying things in crypto is going to be, I think, an important aspect. I also think that, and again, tell me what you think. Put it in the comments section. Put it in the chat. Let me know what you think. And I think that, that if we can make it simple without taking away without losing the security, without losing the safety, without losing all these other things that are going to be necessary for crypto to succeed from a technical standpoint, then I think that's going to be something. So making it easier to enter, and making it easier in a decentralized fashion. Centralized exchanges, I mean, if you look at Coinbase, you look at like a Binance or a Kraken. It's totally different. There's so much more advanced features on, say, a Binance US or whatever it is, as opposed to like Coinbase is really simple. It's very simple. You buy, you sell, you convert, you can. And the one cool thing that I really appreciate about Coinbase for new users or new investors, screw it, I'm going to use investors. For new investors is your ability to earn and learn, or to learn and earn, right? You can go in and you can earn crypto just by educating yourself, by taking a 5-minute, quiz, and you can earn $5, $3, $10. That is a really cool incentive for people wanting to get involved, because now it's like, whoa, wait a minute, I can actually earn $10 to do this? That's cool, without jumping through a whole lot of hoops. So again, I'm just sort of like spitballing things that I feel will help mass adoption. So I think, as I said before, safety. People don't want to go in and invest money and have it get stolen. No one's going to want to be a part of that. No one. I'm not. It's like, yeah, Scott, you got a 50-50 shot of having your money taken. I'm good. I'll just put it in a high yield savings account, or I'll go back to stocks where I'll earn 10% in a year or whatever. And making crypto exchanges, and I would say more of like the centralized ones, maybe a little bit easier to deal with. Now we also get into the educational part of it, which I think is sort of another area of mass adoption that I think needs to be taught. It's almost like when you get into the crypto space, it's almost like you should already by default know what you're doing, know all the terms, know what this is, what this is, what that is, how to do this, what's yield farming, what's staking, what's this. I mean, it's almost like you're expected to know that when you walk through the door. But if you're new and you have no idea, it's not really necessarily fair. And it's not like it's done purposely, of course, but I think that, education really needs to be, and we're doing our job, I hope. People who are on YouTube, or people who are talking about, like you guys who are watching this right now, and you're going to your friends and you're educating them on good standards and practices of crypto, what to do, what not to do, how to do this, how to do that, not necessarily like what to invest in, right? I mean, if you're having a conversation over a beer or whatever, and you're like, with your friend, you're like, yeah, man, I invested $500 in crypto XYZ. I just checked. I made $1,500. Your friend's gonna be like, "Whoa, that sounds really cool. How'd you do that?" And then you got to go through a process, and you got to really be mindful about how you're communicating. I've said this before. How are you communicating to someone who's a novice in crypto? How to go about getting started in crypto? What are the pitfalls? What are the risks? Right? I mean, there's so many different videos out there, some of which I really support, and that teach people what are the common mistakes that people make in getting involved in crypto. What are the landmines to be aware of, right? Understanding that crypto is highly volatile and it's high risk. It is. And if anyone comes and says that it isn't, or if they come and say that, yeah, I'm a crypto expert, you need to listen to me, they're full of shit, right? They are. They're full of it. And I would run away from someone like that. Anyone who comes out and tells you they're a crypto expert, there are no experts in crypto, okay? We're all just working through the process. It's a constant state of learning, okay? So this is something, again, we're getting into mass adoption because now it's here. Now the possibility exists. Kind of reminds me of that show, Band of Brothers, one of my favorite shows of all time. At the end, major winners, was talking about, and if you know the show, let me know. If you haven't, do yourself a favor, go check it out. He was saying, okay, well, during the war, we'll deal with what happens with us when we win. Well, we'll deal with that when it comes. Okay, now it's here. What do we do now? Right? How do we do it? So, in a standpoint, when we're working with crypto and we're talking about that, we're at a place now where the potential exists that we could be starting to see bullish movements, and we have been, but we're not there yet. But this is like the beginning stages, I think. So now is the time, I believe, and I don't have a crystal ball, but to start communicating with people about crypto and start to teach them how to be safe, how to not invest their money, but how to use the technology, how to use artificial intelligence, right? All of these things are so important because I can't say this enough, and I truly believe this. Crypto, blockchain technology is the way of the future. Centralized federal banks, CBDCs, those things, that's like a power grab. That's traditional old boys club hanging on for dear life to power and control. Remember, the top 1% don't want the other 99% to have to kind of challenge their supremacy. That's why we're seeing this push. And I was so pleased and so elated and overjoyed that I'm going to call it that Ripple won its case. I know. You guys are probably thinking, Scott, well, they really didn't. They partially won. For the most part, for you and I, it was a massive victory. Now, from a standpoint of institutional investors and whatever, well, that's different. That's, again, we have to focus on our category, on where we are right now. And when they came out and said that crypto is not XRP is not a security, and this is why, for Ripple, that was, and I've been saying this for months and months, that will be the beginning of a catalyst for a bull run. Some other factors have to play in. This whole interest rate thing. And you can hear my dog going off in the background. I'm sorry about that, guys, in advance. But, so that is kind of where I see things going. So we are at that beginning stage. And so if you are getting involved in crypto, if you're watching this right now, we are basically caretakers for crypto right now. We are the ambassadors, if you will. Right? We need to put ourselves in a positive. We're not crazy. We're not fanatics. This kind of stuff. Because you're going to get people who are totally, and I've done this before, but it bears repeating. If people are not interested in crypto, then don't try to force them. Because if my dog barks one more time, guys, I'm gonna just send my son a quick message and have him get him in, because he's going crazy. And I'm gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna talk as we do this. So don't leave. I'm not leaving you guys yet. What happened? So when hang on one second. See this. Okay, good. Where the heck was I again? Dang it, see? I got sidetracked, and this is what I get. John, you're here. Who's here? Where was I? I lost my spot. Man, it figures. Hit that like button. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm going to just kind of circle back. So my point with crypto is that, now is the time. I'm going to go backwards. So now is the time to get started. Oh, that's right. I remember. People who are not interested in crypto, they are not interested. It's like trying to convince someone that the earth... So if someone believes that the earth is flat and you're trying to convince them that the earth is round, like, we know the earth is round. Well, unless you're someone who believes the world is flat or whatever. Sorry. There's not much. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get frustrated. That person's going to get upset. It's just going to be a negative situation. So if I'm in talks with someone, if someone asks me what I do, I'm proud of what I do. I do now have another role. I am a crypto educator, content creator on YouTube. I teach people how to use the technology, not what to invest in. I am also a crypto Web3 recruiter, and I help Web3 crypto-based companies find the right talent to fill open positions within their organization that have the correct attitude, the proper skills, and also that fit into the culture of that organization. That's what I do, okay? And I'm proud of that. Now, if someone wants to know more, I'm going to tell them more. If they're like, oh, they just shine you on like, oh, okay, well, that's crazy. I just leave it alone. If I get the look, then I just leave it alone. But if someone's interested, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it in a way that's not emotional, but logical. Hey, man, nice to see you. So when we're communicating, again, and this goes back to what we end up going on to like mass adoption. Creating mass adoption. We need to have people, we need to come at them like we're educated, and we are. Right? We're educated in crypto. We're going to talk about that in a way that's not based on emotion. Oh my God, you got to get in crypto. It's so freaking awesome. I made $500 just today, blah, 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 blah. That to me, for me anyway, doesn't do much. I want to know logic. I want to understand how something works. If I don't understand how something works, I'm not going to do it. So that's a big deal for me. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here in the chat. All right, John, no worries. I'm sorry I'm breaking up. If I'm breaking up anywhere else, let me know, guys. So that's something that we want to consider. And maybe I'll do like a special seminar. Maybe that might be something that I'll do. Create a seminar of how to talk to people about crypto. That might be really cool. If that's something you might be interested in, give me a thumbs up. Let me know, because that would be something free that I could do on a Saturday or Friday. Do like a 2-hour live stream where we talk about how to teach people how to do crypto. You know what? You guys just saw how I come up with ideas, and you guys are a part of it. So I want to make sure that I am not going to let this slip by the cracks, because I am going to, hang on for a second, I'm going to write this down. All right. And then maybe one of these days I'll show you my office and how I have it set up now. But anyway, so I'm going to be putting on a, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Okay, that's going to be what's happening. All right. Cool. All right. So that's kind of where we are so far. So again, while you guys are here, while you're watching, hit that thumbs up for me. Let me know who's here, who is watching right now. I know we've got a couple people who've been chatting, and that's great, and I'm so grateful, but don't be shy. And tell me what you think. What else can we do to create mass adoption for crypto in a positive way, where people are seeing it as a legitimate technology or legitimate currency? We got started, I think, a little bit with the validation of Ripple with XRP. I think that was a big help for us, definitely for Ripple. But what else? What else can be done? And also, so remember, those of you, if you came in a little bit late, so remember I talked about Rep there was an AMA last night for Gala, and they were talking about rep and when they're planning on launching that. And they have like a 90-day window for the beta to come out, or their version 1, their V1. I really wish they would give it a different version, V1. I mean, because that's kind of synonymous to like maybe negative feelings. So maybe they'll come up with a different version. But anyway, so their rep program, the rep social media platform, they say before the end of the year, which is kind of what I thought anyway. Definitely like a 90-day plan. So 9 months. So there's only like 5 months left of the year: August, September, October, November, December. So 5 months left of the year. So we'll see what happens. But we got a little bit more time to wait. But that's okay if it comes out. That could be just a massive catalyst for Gala, because it's going to be around the Gala chain. So we talked about that. We talked about consensus, creating this a program or a tool that goes in and looks for vulnerabilities in smart contracts before they're launched. That's amazing. That's needed. So it adds another layer of security and stability for crypto. And also, again, for mass, and this goes back to mass adoption again. Security and reducing barriers to entry. The more barriers to entry you have in anything, I think the less likely you're going to be able to get people over. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Nice to see you, by the way, David. And I think we're close. We're close. The bull is in the chute. He's just getting anxious. He's ready to come out. He's ready to come out and go get some Gary, right? And so that's kind of what I'm thinking also. You know, we're there. We're so there. You know, it's funny because when crypto back in 2021, everybody was just high on crypto. Everything was just peaches and cream. Everyone was stoked. All of a sudden, here comes the bulls, and next thing you know, well, crypto's a scam, and this thing's a scam. And I'm like, what the hell changed? Obviously, you've got rug pulls, and don't get me started in that whole thing, because I have a real hard time now. It's funny because when I really started investing into crypto, I had Shiba. That's a meme. I had Shiba Inu. I did. I made money off of it too. Would I ever do it again? Probably not. Why? Because I'm now focused on, there's certain things for me I'm looking for. One, what is its use case? What problems does it solve? Most meme coins have really no use case. There's no purpose. There may be some out there that I'm missing. I really haven't been keeping track so much with that anymore. But for the most part, these community tokens, these meme coins, they come out. They have no utility really. Their tokenomics are just crazy. Their circulating supplies are just out of control. But everyone's hoping. And this is just my opinion, and I absolutely, positively am not saying this to offend anyone, but I feel that a lot of maybe newer investors may find meme coins appealing. Why? Because there's such a big, like Shiba had this humongous, it was a machine. You had so many people talking about it. It was everywhere on every news. You were hearing it, seeing it everywhere. The community was just passionate about it. And it was really easy to be like, FOMO kicks in, right? Remember what I say, FOMO is a mofo, right? If you don't have that, your emotions in check, man, it's like gambling, right? Which, if getting involved in some of these meme tokens, they are, especially if the devs are not Yeah, greed. Well, you know what? I just think people are investing and people want a quick dollar. We want a quick buck. Um, quick butt. That's something else. A quick buck. We want to make that. But what happens is we jump on that because it's easier when you're getting involved in, say, like a Cardano, or you're getting involved in like a Matic, or you're getting involved in, Bitcoin, or some of these other ones, or maybe not in Bitcoin, it's pretty straightforward, but some of these other projects, you really got to roll up your sleeves and kind of dig in and research. And if you don't know how to do that, it can really frustrate you. Whereas you're jumping online and you're on a Discord, you join a Discord channel, you're on a Telegram channel, you're on, whatever it is, or Reddit, anything like that. And all of a sudden you're on a Facebook group. Bang! And everything that's where you get your information from. Right? You cease to kind of like really dive into, and then you go on YouTube and then you're watching influencers. And they may or may not have your best interests at heart. I think most of them do. But I think some, when you're... I want to go down this road. Once you start getting paid, and by the way, none of anything I ever talk about, I'm sponsored by anyone or anywhere. I think once you start getting paid to talk about a specific project, I think it creates a bias. Whether we want it to, if it's consciously or not, but subconsciously, it's there. Like, you're getting paid to talk about crypto XYZ, even though I may feel some negative things, or there's certain elements that I don't necessarily agree with or like. I'm going to swallow that. Now you just censored yourself, and you didn't give those who are watching you and trusting you full disclosure of how you feel and what you think. So that right there creates a bias. And, we've seen that recently with a gala, YouTuber who no longer is doing that anymore. The point being is that, once we go down that road, we got to be careful. Now, again, I'm not saying that I would never be sponsored. If I believe in a project and I'm 100% in, but I would need to have some autonomy. I would need to say, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this, and these are like 9 out of 10 points are great, but I've got to share this and word it in a way because people, if you don't know, maybe you don't have the time to invest in a specific thing. Maybe something new happened and you just don't have time to go through all the white paper, go through all the Discord, and go through all the Telegram and all the, everything else. So you go to a YouTuber that you respect and you trust, and you're like, okay, what's going on? And they tell you 9 things, but that last thing may be the one that you need to hear. So that's something that is very important to making sure that we're being truthful and honest. So, getting your information and, sharing that, open with that, I think that's really important too. So again, when people are looking and they're going to go on to YouTube, normally we go to channels that are going to be, we have the like mind. And there's a term for it, and it's escaping me right now. Where it's like, you ever wonder, like, let's say, for example, you like watching, Band of Brothers reaction videos. Okay? I love Band of Brothers. I love that show. And you're watching reaction. You can go down the rabbit hole for that stuff, or anything. You're probably not going to go, and if you know, like, oh, this person's just going to crap all over this show, you're probably not going to want to watch that. Right? We have a hard time as human beings, if we really believe in something, we want to just keep having that belief system validated. because it lets us know that what we're doing is the right thing. When someone comes out and they say something that's, maybe contrary or a different spin or a different perspective, then sometimes we have a hard time with that. But I think that it's important. It's like this. It's like when I go on Amazon and I'm going to purchase something, there could be 5,000, reviews, 4.5 stars or whatever it is. Okay. To me, that's just all singing to the choir. I'm going to look, honestly, I'm going to go to those other ones. So if 1,000, reviews are, up there and 50 of them are negative, I'm going to go to the negative ones first. And then I'm going to try to look for trends. Is this person saying the same thing as this person, saying the same thing that this person, or is this sour grapes, or are they just ticked off because they don't know how to put a damn desk together and they're mad at the company? Whatever. Those things I look at, and I think we need to have a critical mind when we're getting involved in crypto. And we need to make sure that we're teaching people how to have a critical mind when getting involved in crypto, because when you lose that sense, when you lose your critical thinking, and we just go along with that herd mentality and just go along with the pack, then it's almost like they're dragging you down with them. And who needs that? So I think going back to community tokens, now you can make a killing quick. I mean, you can. You can make fast money really fast, but as fast as you can make it, you can lose it just as quick and maybe lose it all. So if you are going down that road of meme coins and getting involved in community tokens, remember, only invest money you can afford to lose. Okay? Do some research. Go to the website. You know what? Here, if you have a meme token, it punches up. Go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Type in whatever that project is. It'll punch you up all the statistics. When I think there's like a media section, you go over and you click. You can see the markets. Where is it being sold? Is it on 30 or 40 exchanges, or only on 1 or 2? Are the exchanges you've heard before? Probably going to be decentralized. Where's the website? Click on the website. It'll give you the tap to the website or the Discord. Go dig in a little bit. Spend a little bit of time, because remember, it's like if you're investing anything, we want to make sure that we're taking some time. It could be 10 minutes, 15, 20, depends on how serious you are about it. Dig in. See if it jives with you. Does it resonate with you? Is what this crypto project about? Digging on you. Right? Do I like how this dog is looking at me? Or whatever it is. Okay? And then that way, it's just going to make life a lot easier, and you'll be able to figure it out and maybe save you some money, maybe get you some money too. So I really went off on this tangent. I hope you guys were able to follow along with me. And I'm not sure who is here, but I wanted to just jump on and share some information and talk a little bit of crypto. So now I'm going to open it up to you guys. Does anyone here have any questions or want to talk about anything specific? But if you are here, and I'm waiting, again, join my Telegram, our Telegram channel, guys. It's free. It's a great way. You don't even need to be on your computer. You can have Telegram on your phone. Now, I have Telegram on my phone and also on my computer. But you don't have to be in front of your computer to be on Telegram. And if I need to send you guys information, that's going to be the best way to do it right now, is to be able to do that. So I'm just want to make sure you guys are being mindful of that. So where do you find our Telegram link? It's right in the community tab of our homepage, of our YouTube homepage. Go in the community tab. There's the link. Just copy the link and just click on it, and you'll probably have to install either on your phone or on your computer, however you want to do it. And then it'll take you there. You open it up, and it'll bring you right to our channel. So check that out. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on, do this video for you guys. I know I'm running about almost an hour, and I hope you guys are having a great evening. Now, again, I'm going to have a video coming out in the next day or two, and I will be on tomorrow. I will be doing a live stream. And I will also be scheduling that seminar that I'm going to be doing for teaching people crypto and how to go about communicating. That might be probably a couple of hours long. So however that works out. So stay tuned for that. But again, that's something that I'll more than likely just announce that first on Telegram. So guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all. And remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps. Talk to you guys soon.